Ladies, I want you to give the fathers and grandfathers a hand. Now, men, did you really feel warmth in that? Or was there some bitterness, some harsh? I just want to make sure there's some love going on here for the fathers today. Amen. Well, this morning I want to talk to you a little bit about the godly father. The title of the message this morning is called The Godly Father. Did you know that the idea for creating a day for children to honor their fathers began in Spokane, Washington? Anybody know that? No. It actually began in Spokane, Washington. A woman by the name of Sonora Smart Dodd thought of the idea for Father's Day while listening to a Mother's Day sermon in 1909. Having been raised by her father after her mother died, Sonora wanted her father to know how special he was to her. It was her father that made all the parental sacrifices and was in the eyes of his daughter a courageous, selfless, and loving man. Her father was born in June, so she chose to hold the first Father's Day celebration in Spokane, Washington on the 19th of June, 1910. 1924, President Calvin Coolidge proclaimed the third Sunday in June as Father's Day, back in 1924. On Father's Day, the roses are the father's flowers, red to be worn for a living father, and white if the father has died. That is the idea for creating Father's Day. Who knew that? Raise your hand. Cool. I told you something you didn't know today, for most of you. Feel like I've accomplished something. Okay, we're going to go home. It's time to... You wish, right? Okay. I'm just kidding. But that is the idea about Father's Day. A good father is probably, in my opinion, one of the most unsung, unpraised, unnoticed, unappreciated heroes in all humanity. Have you ever noticed something that I think is kind of funny? I watch these sports stars on television, and they get on there and, like for instance, I heard this person tell one time, he said that his son grew up and he trained him to be a football player. And he would get up and the son would come up to him and he'd say, "All right, son, come here. Come here, son. All right, run over me." The son's like 3 years old. "Run over me, son." The son would run into him and he'd knock him on the ground. He'd say, "All right, do it again, son." And he'd run into him, boom, he'd knock him on the ground again. So the son grew up a little bit. And he'd say, "All right, son, run into me." And he'd run into him. He didn't want him to run into him no more. He said, "All right, son, you don't have to run into him no more because you're about to kill me now." So the son got bigger and stronger and faster. And he went out and played running back on his high school football team. Freshman year, he was on the varsity team and he scored 33 touchdowns that year. And he was just running over everybody. He made all conference and he was an All-American his senior year and went to the big school and he played football for the big team. And he got on television and the old reporters, they won the national championship. The reporters got the microphone in his face, and the father knew he was standing proud up in the stands, and he knew that the son was going to end up saying, "Thanks, Dad, for training me. Thanks, Dad, for helping me." And the son gets up there and he's saying, "I want to thank, hey, Mom." So that's how it goes with the father. The mother gets the credit most of the time. But a father is a very unappreciated man sometimes. One time a little boy was asked to define Father's Day. He said, "What is Father's Day?" And the little boy spoke up and he said, "Well, it's just like Mother's Day, only you don't spend as much on the present." You know what my dad made me do yesterday? He made me tell him how much I spent on his gift and my mom's gift. He said, "If it's a penny less than your mother, I want $20 more." Let me tell you what also happened to my dad yesterday. Yesterday I went to the golf tournament and the father was supposed to pay a certain amount less than the son if he brought his son to the golf tournament. Well, they got it mixed up. I paid $10 less than my dad did. It was great. It was wonderful. He's still mad about it. I love it. Did you know that the greatest greatest number of long-distance phone calls are made on Mother's Day, and the greatest number of collect calls are made on Father's Day. Now let me give you one more funny here. Dad's favorite sayings. All right, you dads are going to know this is true. Dad's favorite sayings. Number one, go ask your mother. Number two, just wait till I get you home. Number three, when I was your age. Number four, I used to walk to school in the snow. And number five, I'm busy right now. I've heard all five of them. They relate to me. I would say, Dad, what do you want to eat for supper? Go ask your mother. Hey, Dad, what's going on later? Go ask your mother. And I always hated to hear when I did something wrong when I was a child, and I would see the finger get pointed, and I would hear, just wait till I get you home. Because I knew what was going to happen when I got home. Mom was going to try to hide me, and Dad was going to try to find me. About how it was. Maybe that's why mothers get a lot of credit, because they try to spare their children from dying at the hands of their father. I came across this little prayer the other day, and I just want to read this to you real fast. I thought you'd appreciate it. Listen to this. Mender of toys, leader of boys, changer of fuses, kisser of bruises. Bless him, O Lord. Mover of couches, soother of ouches, pounder of nails, teller of tales, reward him, O Lord. Hanger of screens, counselor of teens, fixer of bites, chastiser of tykes, help him, O Lord. Raker of leaves, cleaner of eaves, dryer of dishes, fulfiller of wishes, bless him, O Lord. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I'm going to get into my message. Now, I could have went to a lot of different places in the Bible to pick a Father's Day message. Most of you would probably say, you should have went to Father Abraham. You should go talk about Father Abraham having to sacrifice his son up on Mount Moriah. You should have talked about Father Abraham today. Well, I'm going to talk about another father. Another father that a lot of people don't give a lot of credit to, but his name was Joshua. And Joshua made a bold stand as a father. Let's look at chapter 24 of Joshua, verses 14 through 18. Now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth. And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt. And serve ye the Lord. Probably one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve. Whether it be the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And the